And welcome back to the Morning Blend. That was a little loud, wasn't it? A little test in our ear. Well, are you a busy mom or working professional who would love to give back, but you don't have time maybe to invest in volunteering lots of hours?
Meet Laura Miller and Jenny Friedman from 100 Women Who Care. They may have a solution for you busy ladies out there.
Love it. Nice to have you guys here. Thank you so much.
Nice Thank you. Very happy to be here.
I love this group that you've put together. I know it was launched somewhere else in the country. You kind of got the idea from them. But what you're hoping to do is assemble a group of 100 women here in Milwaukee who all care and put together money on a quarterly basis and pick very worthwhile charities, right?
Absolutely. The beauty of 100 Women Who Care, which to your point is an organization that has been started elsewhere, we are now bringing that to Milwaukee. But the beauty of it is it allows individuals to come together and really make an impact as a bigger group. So busy women, not having a lot of time to volunteer, we come together quarterly. So 4 times a year we make a commitment to come together for an hour, hour and a half, meet some new friends, and pledge $100 per quarter, so that combined, as we get to our 100 member mark, we're actually giving back to the community $10,000 each quarter for very worthy local causes.
Now you mentioned you have 35 members currently, and your goal for 2013 is to make it to that 100 number. Are you just getting the word out, and are you finding there's a lot of interest?
Absolutely.
Right now?
So, and Jenny can certainly speak to this as well. Lots of interest. We've done very much a grassroots effort at this point, so a lot of local social media, lots of just getting the words out amongst friends, but it's growing. So we've had 2 meetings now so far. We launched in June, and membership is increasing steadily. So we're hoping in 2013 to absolutely meet that 100 mark, if not more.
And you've already given to 2 charities.
We
Tell
have.
us about those.
Do you want to talk about those?
Yep. So we've already given to 2 charities, Chicks for Cause and College Possible. So the way these meetings work are everybody shows up and has a charity in mind, and we draw out of a hat. So if you're a committed member, which means you're committed to giving $100 each quarter, you can speak about a charity, so we draw them out of a hat. And you speak for a few minutes about it, why you think this charity, and they're all local, are a worthy cause. And then we vote on them. And so it's a great opportunity to learn about local organizations. We've seen a lot of people really take interest in them after these meetings as well. It's a great way to meet a lot of women just around the community. I've only been in Milwaukee a few years, so I've been able to meet people outside of work. And then take an interest in other organizations as well.
And I think it's wonderful that that's your main requirement, is that the money stays local. And in fact, there's a checks and balances system because you make sure that there's some follow-up with that, right?
Absolutely. So we ask each winning charity to come back to our subsequent meeting and tell us about what they've used the funds for. We also do a little bit of fact-checking on the front end as well to make sure they are a local organization and they meet certain requirements that we put forth, but they come back and report out on what they did with the money that our members committed to.
Now, why did you guys decide to do something like this? How would you get involved and even, come up with this idea? I know it's national, but why did you decide to get involved in this?
Jenny mentioned that she has not been in the Milwaukee area very long, and neither have I, and my co-founder Sarah Steinis as well. So I've been here a little less than 3 years and found myself in a very busy, demanding job, also managing a home life at the same time, and really wanted to give back to the community that I now call home and meet like-minded women at the same time. And so learning about these other organizations across the country really inspired us to put that together.
What I think is neat about what you're doing is that, if you alone give $100 a quarter, it's $400 a year,
right,
which most people can afford, not everybody, but a lot of people can afford, but you don't feel like it has very big impact. But once you pool that with 100 other women who also want to give back to very worthy charities with money that stays local, it has the potential for having huge impact without putting in a lot of hours that a lot of people just don't have, but yet they want to help.
Absolutely. And I'll also point out that we have the opportunity, and if you go to our website, 100womenwhocare.com, you can learn more about it, but you can pull that money together as a group.
That sounds
So
wonderful.
if somebody can't afford the $100 a quarter, you can do it as a team. You only have one vote, but you can do that as a team.
One of our goals is really to have women from all walks of life come together. And so to your point, many of us can handle the $100 per quarter, but having this team option really allows people to pull their $25 together
Yeah.
each quarter and come together and still be part of this bigger opportunity.
Well, now your next meeting is coming up Thursday, January 10th from 5:30 to 7, and that's at Watts Tea Shop,
Yes.
right? 761 North Jefferson, and as you mentioned, your website is 100womenwhocaremilwaukee.com. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you very
It's
much.
a great movement. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm here with Kristen Marinoff and Renee Cutler, two women behind 100 Women Who Care, mother and daughter. Welcome, both of you.
Thank
It's
you.
nice to see mothers and daughters getting along for a change. So 100 Women Who Care, I guess you could say it's kind of all in the name. Is that right?
Yes, very much so, although in this case, we quickly made it to 100 and surpassed that number rather quickly.
So how many do you have in there?
We had 160 women on Thursday night last week.
160?
Yes, we had 160, and quite honestly, we're moving really quickly towards 200. But yes, to answer your question, it is in the name. The idea originally is getting these women together to commit to 4 meetings a year and donating $100 at each meeting to a local nonprofit or charity. And the idea obviously is very popular in the area because we did get such a great response for our first meeting last week.
Oh, yeah. And Renee, what made you and you both decide to get involved in this?
Well, we heard about this from some dear friends in Grand Haven. We used to live in Grand Haven, Michigan, and they started this. Actually, a woman named Karen Dunnigan started this in 2006 in Jackson, Michigan. And models have started all over the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And some friends started it, and they just said, Kristen, Renee, you need to get this going in Traverse City. And we've been talking about it for about 6 months, and we finally got things in motion, and this was all done in about 6 weeks. We started in October. We put our committee together, which was a fabulous committee. They did a great job, and here we are.
And here you
Here
are.
we are.
Now, you just said you just had the first meeting last week.
Yes, last
And
Thursday.
how did that go?
It went just unbelievably well. So well. We all
More than you
gathered
could have ever hoped.
Oh my goodness, yes. We went into the evening thinking we had about 130 people committed, and we had to start the meeting late because people just kept coming through the door, and we had to get them signed up. And before we drew the names for the evening to know who we were going to be voting on, we knew that we had 160 going into the
So
meeting.
basically, each woman, you pick a charity.
Yes. Each woman who commits to the group comes to the meeting knowing that they can write their name and their charity or organization on a piece of paper. Those go in a hat, and then at the beginning of each meeting, my mom or I, we will draw 3 names, and those are the 3 women who get to present their organization for the evening. And then the entire group votes on which one they like best, and by majority, so whichever one wins gets the money for the evening.
And how much was raised?
We're looking at about 16,000 committed. However, I really feel we're going to be closer to 17,000 because we have a lot of people who have come.
$17,000 in an hour.
In 1 hour.
In 1 hour.
1 hour. The
Now,
power of women.
The power, that's exactly it. The power of women. And I know that you two ladies are busy ladies.
Yeah.
And what do you think about this as far as for women who are moms, who are busy?
Well, that's just it. This is
Get
why
more
this
time.
appeals to young women who, they have their careers, they have their families, their children. They barely have time to volunteer in their children's schools. So this appeals to people because it's 4 meetings a year, an hour-long meeting, and $100. So they feel like they're giving back to their community in some really valuable way.
And I $17,000 later, of course you guys are. I thank you both so much. I think it's absolutely wonderful what you're doing.
Thank you.
If
It's
you'd
our
like to
honor.
get in touch with Renee and Kristen, you can email them at 100, that's 100, WWCTC@gmail.com. And remember, the next 100 Women Who Care meeting will be Tuesday, March 1st. So you have plenty of time. Put that on your calendar. It'll be from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Traverse City Golf and Country Club.
Have you ever wanted to make a significant impact in our community without any strings attached? And you may not have the financial means or time to make a big difference? Join 100 Women of Genesee County and link on together to make a large impact on local organizations. Come together. Help churches, private schools, as well as our public schools. Help community projects. Be a part of community outreach programs, as well as student programs. The future of our community. Join the Genesee County chapter of 100 Women Who Care.